So this is a 2006 Toyota Tundra that I bought yesterday. I do deliveries for Home Depot, and I was using my Subaru Outback and pulling that trailer back there, 5x8, so it holds as much as a pickup bed. But I bought a Ford pickup, and I really liked doing deliveries out of a pickup with a topper on it. So I sold it because I wasn't happy with the truck, and I found a good deal on this one. Now, it's got 190,000 miles. The timing chain has been replaced. Might need it again. I have to check and see when they're supposed to be done. I just want to do a walk around on it. It won't be totally in depth, but whoever had it before had a little problem. Maybe this bumper's aftermarket. It's black and not green. I'm not sure what original was. I'll have to find out, but that headlight doesn't line up perfect. There's a little scratch on the paint there. The tires came off of a different, a newer one, I guess. The guy I bought it from said he had the tires and wheels replaced at a local tire company. They're used, but they're super good. Lots of tread on those. Now this is the SR5, so it doesn't have leather, but it's got running boards. It's got a remote, which works. The interior is in real nice shape. They had a different car seat cover on the other side there, but the seat's actually in pretty good shape. Just a little worn on the outside edge, which just is normal. I wished it had been like this one, because this one fits pretty good. The other one didn't fit at all. The carpets seem to be in pretty good shape from what I've seen. They've got these mossy oak floor mats on it. Oh, pays to get in the passenger side once in a while. It's got a couple extra outlets over here. Cigarette lighter things for power. The only one I'd seen before was that one where I have my charger plugged into. Look, some delicious oatmeal raisin cookies. It's got cassette player, CD player. It's that vintage. And maybe I'll update that with a new stereo. Maybe I can find one that has Bluetooth and XM radio, because I really like listening to XM radio when I'm driving out in the middle of nowhere. Everything works here except this control. It goes from, what is that? From vent to vent and floor, but it won't go anywhere else. So you can't get it on, well, it just doesn't work because it never comes out on vent. It'll come out on these outside vents on each side, and it'll come out on the defrost and the floor, which is fine because when I have the air conditioner turn it up, the fan high enough, it cools the truck off. Now you've got your clipboard there, I guess. Little storage compartment. More storage down there, place for your cassettes, which of course nobody listens to anymore, or very few. This doesn't work quite right. You have to push it down to lock it. I think if this was limited, it would have heated seats here, if I remember right. More storage down here, which is convenient. 2 cup holders there. 2 cup holders here. And of course the old ashtray for smokers. Here's your 4-wheel drive controls. 2-wheel drive. When you push that once, it'll go to 4-wheel high. I think you have to put it in the neutral. Push that, it'll go in the low. And there's a clock down here, which is kind of a bad place to be because it's hard to see it. And your hours and your minute adjust. Oh, cargo lamp. Amazing. I guess I should have that turned off. When I'm driving this and it's kind of dark because the windows are really tinted, it's hard to see what any of these buttons do. You have to really like stop and look and see what button am I pushing. The old glove box, it's got the owner's manual. This is going to be more in depth than I thought it was, but it's all right. It's got a decent stereo, JBL. I notice it's a little crackly with a lot of bass, so I turned the bass down. You got storage in the doors, no cup holders. Newer ones all seem to have cup holders. I'm not sure if these lights on the running boards work. Haven't been out here at night, I guess. The outside's in pretty good shape. Now when I bought it, the cover wasn't on it. He had it, it just wasn't on. He couldn't find the clamps. So I took these clamps just to temporarily clamp it down so I could get the thing home. And I like these back seats because you can fold the back down on both sides. You can have a big flat area here, or when it's down you can pull this and flip it up and you got a different flat area there. Like I said, all the carpets are in pretty good shape. Back here you got more storage. Let me guess, another ashtray. Yep, back when everybody smoked. And there might even be, yeah, I think there's a power outlet there. I'm not sure on the other side. A couple cup holders, place to throw some change, more storage. Does have power windows and power locks, cruise control, it all works. What I thought I would do is, if I can find some cans of this paint that match, I would sand this down lightly, scuff it up. You can see all the paint, the fading on the clear coat, and then paint it to match the truck. But that might not happen, and I don't care because it's just a delivery vehicle. And I go in some pretty rough driveways and back in the woods sometimes. Now, whoever owned this originally, the last guy I bought it from was an older Hispanic gentleman, and he didn't do all the damage to it. I guess the previous owner did, or the original owner. You can see a ding there with some rust. It's got a little surface rust, but nothing too major. It does have a nice hitch on it. Now that I have the truck, I won't have to pull my trailer, but just in case. And I just worked on this tailgate. It was pretty loose. It's still not right. But I found out that it had broken in the past because they, cheap plastic. Somebody got one out of a junkyard and they broke. There's 2 bolts that hold this in place, and they have nuts that are inserted into the plastic, and those were both stripped out. And I tried to fix it, but I don't have any thing that would kind of weld it in, plastic weld kind of stuff. So what I did is I put 3 zip ties around it to hold it in there a little tighter. I'm not even going to bother opening it right now, though. Then I went to Ace Hardware. I was looking for some regular topper shell clamps, and the guy there said, "Oh, I always just use C-clamps." So I bought these 4 C-clamps, and they're pretty tight. I'll just keep checking them every once in a while, for a while at least, and make sure that they work good. It's got a bed liner sprayed in on the back, so it's dirty right now, but helps protect the box. The topper's perfect because I can put big boxes and stuff in here and keep it out of the weather when I'm doing deliveries. Now, this topper was filthy. I cleaned it a little bit, but it needs more cleaning. And it works. The keys even work on the handles and lock those. Now this is where we get into the part that why I got such a good deal on it. It's been hit here. Cram that in. That's rusty. I've got to spray something on it just to stop the rust. And they hit something here, dented that, so that's damaged. Now I don't know how they did this, but it's got a dent there. This has got some paint coming off. And the door, unless they replaced the door works good, but this got caved in here somehow. I'm just wondering if this is a different door, just because of the fact that how would you smash this like this without getting the door? I don't think it'd be possible. So they must have got a door out of a junkyard that matched. I guess I could check the VIN number. There it is. See if it matches. Seats are the same here. They fold down, they flip up. Dead wasp. Don't need you in my truck there, buddy. Nope, I guess there's just 1 power outlet over here, not 2. More storage. Headliner's in pretty good shape. There's 1 little tear up there, but not much. It's got a sunroof that doesn't work, and I don't care. I don't like sunroofs. It's got some pretty dark tint on it. A lot of people like that. I like to have a little better visibility. When you're looking through your rear view mirror, between the tint and the topper, it's hard to see who's behind you, if you can even see them at all. So they hit this driver's door too, dented this in. I'm thinking maybe Somehow I can pop that buckle out of there and make it look better. But it did the damage down here. Seats, like I said, in really good shape. Just a little squishy here compared to the other side, but it's not bad. I found out when I get in, if I put my left foot here and then raise myself up in, I'm not dragging on this and I won't wear that out so bad. It's got the stereo controls on the steering wheel, and I love Toyota cruise controls. It's just one lever and it controls everything. This one also has a trailer brake on it, which I don't think I'll ever use. And there's your stereo, all your controls. Odometer is right at 190. It does have a tilt wheel. The back window in this, right there, actually goes up and down, which is kind of cool. If you want to roll the windows down, roll that down, get a lot of ventilation. It's got electric mirrors. Now this is adjustment for the dash lights, and it works. I have not figured out what the RSCA off is. I haven't researched it at all. I have no clue what it is. Maybe it's something to do with traction control, but I don't even have a clue. Again, JBL stereo. Doors all shut good. Another running board. Other than that ding there in the driver's door is pretty good. The back door is pretty good. But then you get back up here, and again, what the heck was wrong with this driver? He had no depth perception on the driver's side. This has been hit here, so it's damaged that. Broke the marker light. Now I spent a little time sanding and polishing on these today because they were really bad, and they look better, but they're not good. I'll probably end up just ordering a couple new headlights. But you can see this got dinged in. More rust here. Has a nice bug shield here. The windshield has a crack right at the bottom, but it's not going up into my face at all, so I'm not even going to worry about it. There's a little bit of rust there. But other than the little dings here and there, it's in pretty darn good shape. And these things are, boy, they're just bulletproof. Let me pop the hood. You can see that. That hood release is super easy. You don't even hear a click. You wonder if it released, but it did. Now, if you have one of these or you're looking to get one, just to the right of center, you push up on this lever about, 6 inches over. Push up on that, pops the hood. Now, like I said, I have not cleaned this at all. This is just the way I bought it. Battery needs a good cleaning. Everything needs pressure washed off, a lot of dust on it. It's got the super reliable 4.7 V8, and I'm telling you, compared to that 4.6 V8 Ford I just sold, I only had it 2 weeks. This thing will burn rubber, I'm sure. I haven't done that yet, but man, is it powerful. The Ford, it had a stretched out throttle cable, so I had a knot tied in it, and I put a couple zip ties on it. But it just seemed like a gutless wonder. And I've been watching videos on these, and look how nice it is. There's your spark plug right underneath the coils. Easy to get to. Here's your air cleaner. What is this? Probably your analog brakes. Power steering, probably. Yep, power steering. And I see this thing is not popped into the bracket where it belongs, but oh well, I'll do that later. I checked the radiator, it was full. Checked the oil, it was good. Hasn't been hardly driven at all since the oil was changed. So I'll drive it for a few weeks, maybe less than a month, and I'll have probably 5,000 miles on it the way things are going. I'm driving 1,000, 1,500 miles a week, so that's a lot. So basically that's my truck. I think I'm really gonna like it because it's a Toyota, and they're just super, super reliable. If you want something that's gonna last you 200, 300, 400,000 miles, this is the way to go. I'm not saying other trucks won't do that sometimes, but Ford had so much trouble with one of their early 2000s diesels, and with a 7.4 liter or 5.4, I forget. The one that just had spark plug problems and oil problems. I feel sorry for people that own those and had to spend thousands and thousands of dollars trying to fix it. Here's the gas cap. It's nice. It's on the driver's side. It's a 20-gallon tank from what I heard. I put $90 worth of gas in it yesterday after I made 2 deliveries. The guy I bought it from, I test drove it and I was bringing it back and I got a delivery I had to do, so I told him I had to leave. And he said, "Oh, just take the truck." He's an older Hispanic gentleman, super nice. I say older, I'm 67, so I don't know how old he was, but he's like, "Oh, just take the truck. No problem, no commitment, just see how you like it." So I took it on about an hour drive to make a delivery. And then on my way back, I got another delivery. So I called him and says, "Is it okay if I use it again?" He said, "No problem." So we talked a little bit about price. He was asking $7,500 or $7,900, which even that wasn't a bad price. But I just figure it's got a couple $1,000s worth of body damage to it. Somebody might have collected on through insurance. Who knows? Anyway, we ended up coming to agreement on $6,500. He said he was super sad to see it go. He really likes it, but he never drives it, so he figured it's time to sell it. And I'm super happy with that price because I just watched a video. A guy bought one of these down in California, and it was a lot nicer condition. It didn't have the dings and dents, but it had a little surface rust underneath like mine. It had a flat topper on it, and he paid $18,000. Plus, I think he put wheels and tires on it. He said with everything he has into it, he's about $25,000 into it. Is that crazy? So one of the guys working next door stopped by, so I paused the camera for a second. But overall, it's a pretty nice truck. And if I can find somebody that does paint work on the side that's good, there are some bad ones, I'll have them start working on it and start fixing it. And I could probably just put a whole quarter panel on here. And I've done that before on a Toyota Tacoma. It's not that hard. Some of the stuff can just be replaced and then painted versus trying to straighten it out. Anyway, overall, I'm pretty happy with it. It's not going to get the 30 miles to the gallon that the Subaru gets, but when I'm pulling the trailer with a load, it only gets 20 to 24, so I'm not losing that much on gas mileage. And I can put everything inside, lumber, huge boxes, water heaters, refrigerators, whatever. I'll slip inside and stay out of the weather. Okay, well, thanks for watching. That's my Toyota Tundra. I can't call it a review, just a walk around, I guess.